What is going on with y'all, man? In this video, antinatalism is not the answer, but it makes a lot of sense. So, I'm not here to just tell y'all that life is bad, don't have kids, especially if some of y'all got kids yourself. I'm not promoting that, but again, it's a theory, it's a philosophy, it's an ideology that being born on this planet in itself is a bad thing. Same with Gnosticism. Except Gnosticism has spirituality tied into it. Antinatalism is a basically atheist point of view. Of course, one of the main things that I realized, and shout out to those that commented on my last video, is that y'all must understand that it's not just about birthing a person into this planet. It's about trapping a soul into a human body, and then you're just here to experience and, live in this physical world of ups and downs. All right. Pain and pleasure being the main two polarities on this planet. And then the antinatalists argue that there is more pain, that pain asymmetrically outweighs the pleasure. All right. So again, I'm a very positive thinker. I'm very pro self-improvement, regardless of whatever theory or religion that you adopt and fall into. You need to be always improving self, always learning, always working out, always stretching, always drinking water, and always trying to figure out why you do what you do, why you react to people the way you react to them, why your emotions get triggered by certain things. So the more knowledge and perspectives that you have, the better you can deal with life. And antinatalism is just a perspective that, goddamn, the fact that people think and live and believe through this lens, it's like, yo, it shows that there's so much more to just believing in God, to just praying some Christian psalms, all of the things that we've just been programmed to believe in and worship and follow in this world. And even atheists that need to find some type of religion, some type of spirituality. You must understand, you are that spirit. You are that soul. You are that consciousness right up in here. You close your eyes and you can still see. You open your eyes and you can see. You are the seer and the seen at the same time. It's a duality world, two perspectives. You are the observer. This is observer consciousness. So that's basically what all meditation leads you to, is that simple understanding of your pure awareness. So people that don't meditate, people that's not into spirituality, it's like, okay, cool. Do what you do. Go out here and eat and make money and just fucking live a life of whatever. If it's hedonism, if it's fucking scientific, smart guy intellect that you want to be on that. And that's cool, because I prided myself in that for a long time as well. But a lack of spirituality is just not good for anybody, because you have no way to deal with your problems that's unseen, the shit that can't nobody else figure out. One conclusion that I've really come to is that people can look exactly like you, talk like you, think like you, come from the same environments as you, yet have a completely different life path and calling. That's why you need to release. That's why you need to stop caring about what others do, what they say, what they don't do, why they not on what you on, why they not believing in what you believe, because they came to this planet with a very different purpose. Ultimately, y'all, 7 root races. This is what the Nazis was tapping into. The Nazis had high-level occultists, philosophers, people in secret societies, all in their agenda and in their order. So when they created the Aryan race, it basically was a cosmic root race that they brought down to symbolize the blonde hair and blue-eyed man and woman. And that's the highest level of purity on this planet. All other groups get ostracized and destroyed. So that's where racism truly stems from, at least this high-level, hard racism that we have modern day. Colorism always exists, and that's truly what's retarded. Racism in itself is kind of just logical. So again, it's 7 different root races, meaning like cosmically, you're a different type of being than other beings on this planet. You came here with a different cosmic mission. My cosmic mission is to speak and reveal truth. It's to wake y'all up. You may see other people on the internet doing the same thing, and we may all do it in our very unique and individual specific way. Me, I start with your soul having a human experience. You are the seer and the seen. You are the I, the witness, the observer, the consciousness, the awareness, and the flesh, the body, the self. It's all encapsulated in this whole human experience. One doesn't really take precedent over the other, but you can use one to solve the problems of the other. Your physical issues and the shit that you go through, you solve it spiritually. You solve it because you are high consciousness. You are pure awareness. Understanding that perspective, you can free your mind. You can live good. You can stop getting sucked into polarity, sucked into people telling you that you need to believe one thing and this is the certain truth. No, this is a paradox, duality, polarity world. Again, it's so fucking simple, y'all. Soul having a human experience. When you dream, you imagine. You go into the astral realm. You pull things down through your imagination. Every single thing that you do first starts with a thought. So it's cause and effect. The effect is just this physical world. The cause of us being born here, rather we were trapped here, rather we came here with a mission, because some races may not have ever even wanted to come to this planet. And maybe those are the races, the root cosmic races that are the true antinatalists, the true atheists, the true materialists, the true secular thinkers. Don't give a fuck about any type of spirituality, any type of God, any type of purpose, any type of morality, any type of religion. And that's cool too, because it really will help and benefit you if you do adopt some spirituality, because it's a very good belief system and understanding that you are just this cosmic soul swimming through the ethers and you got sucked into this physical realm, rather by a god or just by your fucking parents that fucked around and had you, rather purposely or not on purpose, because everybody is going through different shit. And that's the thing, y'all, that animal nature that we have to eat and feed and fuck and then procreate, and then you fucking bred some human beings, some other souls into this planet, and now they got to deal with a bunch of crazy shit. They got to grow up in a world of confusion, anger, human governmental slavery, UCC, Uniform Commercial Code. They already come in, got a social security number. Look, y'all, as babies, we literally just have to be told what to do. We have to be protected and guided. Don't touch that. Don't go over there. Don't put that in your mouth. We just come to this planet ready to explore this new physical body, this new, whoa, what is this? Hands. Oh my God, I make sounds and I cry and then my issues just immediately get solved. It's like cause and effect. But goddamn, where did that cause come from? It's magic. It's unknown. It's theorized in religion and mythology. How do we come to this planet? What is our purpose on this planet? Ultimately, that's all shit for you to figure out. It's best to figure out your purpose. 7 root races. I don't know the 7 root races, but I can very well guarantee, or we can just start to fucking create something right now. Because the warriors, oh, fuck, it goes off the planets. The warrior spirit, Mars. Then you got the speakers, the truth tellers. Maybe that's Mercury. 7 different planets in astrology symbolize our different characteristics, our different root race. Then you have your zodiac sign that has your earthly personalities and characteristics. I believe that the earthly zodiac signs, the 12, it's an 8% chance that you fall and are born under either zodiac sign on that fucking pie chart. And then you have different human characteristics, different human preferences, different human dispositions. But your root race is your own thoughts and imagination. It's what you came to do, regardless of what you feel you like to do. That's called purpose. That's your calling. That's your vocation. So again, Mars is the warrior spirit, athletes, fighters, MMA, people that bodybuild and work out and is always thinking about the physical. And again, I'm going to dissect this a little bit more because it does stem from the cosmology of the 7 heavenly bodies. Sun, moon, let's see if I can name them. Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Venus. So, yeah. All of those, well, the sun probably isn't tied into that. Oh, actually, the moon isn't either, but it is 7 planets. So it's 9 if you include the sun and the moon. So that's astrology. And mind you, the earth is flat, guys. We really have to come to that conclusion to better understand astrology and better understand Gnosticism, because You are very much confused by thinking that we're spinning around in this infinite ball of life, and then you get atheist thoughts, you get solar system thoughts, you get random thoughts, you get thoughts that life has no purpose, that you're just this one small, tiny little being on this planet. No, no, no. You're much more than that. You're much more than just a person, much more than just a man or woman, much more than a person that's just here paying bills and doing what the cops tell you to do. Much more than that, y'all. Much, much more. You're a soul, cosmic, internal, eternal being. Okay? Simple as that. So, yes, flat earth cosmology is the astrology that we all go by. The way that the stars can all align and stay in perfect constellations, that's flat earth. That's a stationary plane with the stars and constellation having an effect on the humans. The heavenly bodies, which you look up at, which is, again, is also the first thought of like, what's controlling this world? Is it God? Is it those stars up there? Is it those lights in the sky? And then slowly but surely we tracked it over millions and thousands of years. And that's why reincarnation has so much validation. That's why this idea of us just being in this terranium, this motherfucking planetarium with a dome over it and a flat plane, they call it an airplane because it's traveling over a flat plane. And I could give you so much more examples, but you should look into it yourself. I recommend Eric Dubé and Flat Earth Dave. And I don't give a fuck who else is saying that the earth is round. They either are deceiving you intentionally or trying to confuse you. I guarantee you this. Hitler was a flat earther. Hitler was a flat earther. Hitler was a flat earther. You see why he is so much made to be the enemy modern day, so much made to be the antagonist and the most evil, most vile, worst man in the world. All along, Trump is just the modern day Hitler because he's using nationalism, a much more fair and charismatic and entertaining Hitler, I might add. But Trump is the modern day Hitler. He's just doing it in a very covert way of how he riles up the people. He's a fucking wizard. He disrespects the poor and disrespects women, yet one thing he knows to do is to get American nationalism high, get the military and the police proud to be American and MAGA and conservative of American values, which is just hardcore capitalism and conquer, and get them proud and get them to never turn on him. Because as long as that happens, the elites, the presidents, the higher ups will forever stay in power. As long as they got the police and military on their side, this system and matrix will prevail. So the politicians have to be absolute mind manipulators and magicians onto the police and military in their respective nations. But Hitler was a flat earther. That's why everybody is made to hate Hitler modern day. And the Jews have such this victim mindset for the Holocaust, while they're literally putting Palestinians through a Holocaust modern day. As black people, as is Hispanics and Latinos and Asians and Indians, all going through their own little specific Holocaust all around this planet at the hands of the Jewish bankers and rulers of this world that at the same time sell you these images of NASA. NASA was started by Werner von Braun, a Nazi scientist in World War II, very close with Hitler. They brought all of these NASA scientists and Albert Einstein over from Europe, Nazi scientists, brought them over from Europe, all the ones making weapons and technology, and said, hey, we want y'all to come be on our team in America. Help us make these atomic bombs. Help us figure out some type of way to manipulate some scheme where we show the world that we going to the moon. Hitler was just aware that all of this shit was starting to bubble, that they was going to fake the moon landing. Because that thing up in the sky, it was all just conjecture of whether we could get up there or not. Whatever that heavenly body is. You know they didn't fucking land on it because sometimes it's not even there. The new moon, when the moon goes into that phase where it's damn near invisible, you don't see it up in the sky, it's a luminary body. It is something that is so fucking probably not even physical. No, they did not land on the moon. Hitler knew they was planning to give you solar system cosmology, tell you that the earth was a globe, or at least make that the established doctrine. Because if you look back to great-grandparents, a lot of them was saying that in the 1930s and 40s and 50s, they was getting taught that the earth was flat. It only became a standard traditional thing that everyone accepted, a full-on belief, once NASA came into being in the 1950s. And then you got late 1960s, they went to the moon. After they assassinated JFK, because he was against the world banking system. He was against globalism. But the only way for people to stay in power, you must have the haves and the have-nots. The haves and the have-nots. The haves that have the trillions and billions of dollars and influence and power and shaking hands and secret societies, getting blackmailed, fucking animals and fucking kids and having that on camera. And now if you ever go against us, this is being released to the world. So now you can't go against what we tell in the world. You can't reveal these lies because somebody in your family is gonna die. Shit, they probably done killed people's cousins just from stepping out of the bounds a little bit. They probably done killed people's uncles and aunties before they get to their kids and moms, brothers and sisters, and then finally to them. This is a sick fucking game of Satanist rule on this planet. So the Satanists invert everything. They're going to tell you that the earth is a globe. They're going to tell you that it's a ball. They're going to tell you that it's not flat. They're going to tell you that that's stupid. They're going to tell you to worship money. They're going to tell you to go to work. Again, life in itself is work. So to the person that says something about suicide, life is work itself. Being born is the main question at hand, and it's really about trapping a soul, trapping a spirit into the physical body, because you're not just a person floating through the ethers. You're not. It doesn't work like that before you were born. You are already conscious. You probably were already a human before, and you just constantly reincarnating into these cycles. And you gonna be back reincarnated in a year 2127. So yeah, understand that perspective. Free your mind from thinking that there is some type of fact. I think that's the closest thing to a fact, but again, that's just my belief system, reincarnation. And then this opportunity that we have to live in heaven, live in the astral realm, live in the higher imaginative, whatever the fuck that is out there, this limitless, eternal, boundless realm of infinity that us as souls and spirits and consciousness can vibrate and swim through. Depicted in the Disney movie Soul, the great beyond that we can all go to and experience, that we all probably were at, and we may even just choose because of attachment to this physical world to constantly be coming back. But this is why there are secret societies that rule the earth and that took over at some point and sell you lies on top of lies on top of lies so they can continue to master their own spiritual work and then keep reincarnating into the same souls, bodies, and families, however they're trying to ritualistically do it, and then they stay in control on this physical planet. They stay in control on this physical planet. Yes, y'all. The Jews make you hate Hitler because he was a flat earther. And the reason that he got destroyed is because it was the first fucking fight of flat earth versus round earth coming into existence, being a main doctrine on this planet. Hitler probably would have came and told the world that it was a globe too, but he would have knew the truth, but he would have been more in power. He would have had the ones that had the first moon landing. That shit would have been in Germany and not in America, the fake moon landing. But they got fucking destroyed because they were a very small civilization in comparison to America, Russia, and the UK, and all of the people that was slowly starting to go against Germany and Italy, which had a stronghold over the World War II from the start of it until the end. And Hitler committed suicide. Hitler committed suicide. And that's actually some death before dishonor shit. Because he said, shit, fuck it, I ain't getting caught. I'm going out on my own terms. I actually don't think that's like I think that it's a cop-out suicide. And it is definitely, I'm not going to call it the pussy way out. A year ago or two, or a lot of times in life, I probably did. But in reality, it's some pride shit going on there too. Especially if you're already thinking like, fuck it, I'm going to just reincarnate. Bop! Hey. Getting a human body is like playing a lottery. Getting a certain family, being born into whatever environment, shape, form, you look like, whatever body, as male or female, is really just like playing a lottery. So that's why antinatalism has a lot of credibility to it, because like, goddamn, some people really get the short end of the stick in this human experience. Some people are born with fucking handicapped limbs, fucking mental retardations, fucking ugly, fucking too overly beautiful, and now your life is at a fucking weird imbalance because nobody can relate to the shit that you're going through. Well, I guess in modern day, all of the vanity in this world, celebrity culture, makeup, money, and luxury. But either way, it's like just the polarity of seeing people that are seemingly perfect. And not just for women, because NBA players and football players and all of these star athletes, they're the ones that's like always on camera and always talking and always seeing them because they're the healthiest. So they look like the most ideal. They look like the most perfect. When you think about it, they're the healthiest. They was bred to be these pure star athletes. So even them being on camera and always on TV is gonna make the average citizen feel a little bit insecure about theyself, about how they look. And that's just how this game of life is set up in America. So yeah, that antinatalism argument, it makes a lot of sense because of the simple fact that life is unfair. I can really say that with full, clear honesty that the shit is unfair. But it's fairly unfair because the laws of the Kabbalion and the laws of the mind, you really can't manifest and attract, change yourself, or at least change how people perceive you. You can't change your face necessarily or your voice, but you can change how people perceive you. And that is like full on magic. That is full on alchemy and control of your life. So never fear, full courage. Don't Full courage, full certainty, and full understanding that you can change your life at all circumstances, 24/7, every second of the day. Anything that you don't like about what you attract or what you do not attract or get or make manifest in your life, you can change it through thoughts, emotions, and actions. Simple as that. Yeah, so, like I said, antinatalism is not the answer. It's pessimistic, it's atheistic, it's glass half empty. So that's not where I'm trying to get y'all to be. Ultimately, the glass is just a little bit half full because I'm not overly optimistic about the true state of this physical reality. I'm overly optimistic about what the individual can do and change in your life. But the masses of people, I see the amounts of suffering, confusion, and mass manipulation, and it's hardcore. So goddamn, a lot of people are going to go through it. A lot of people, you're going to witness a lot of people go through it, and you can help a lot of people as well. We all got phone cameras. We all can share truth, share ways to control your emotions, share ways to help people, share ways to help people get more cash, help people become healthier. And we all have that option to do that with our will, the mental will and the physical will and your voice. You change shit with the word. So yes. I appreciate y'all for commenting. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Just wanted to give a little bit more thoughts on this antinatalism. It is not the answer. It is not the end all be all. To any of y'all that want to look further into it, look into the philosopher David Benatar. Cool dude, seen him, came across him. David Benatar. And with that being said, y'all, stay in control, stay godlike, and may you never, ever relax your principles.
If suffering is inevitable, what does it mean to bring someone here anyway? What do we call that? Love? Hope? Or something darker? David Benatar calls it the most unspoken cruelty of all, one disguised as compassion. And once you hear his logic, it's hard to unhear it. From the moment we are born, the world begins to tell us that life is good, that existence itself is a gift. Our parents smile as they hold us, unaware that they are celebrating the beginning of our suffering. The nurses cheer, the family gathers, the cameras flash, and no one stops to think that the child, fresh and trembling, has already entered a world of pain. Hunger, cold, fear, all waiting patiently to introduce themselves. We are taught early to call this struggle beautiful, to call endurance meaning. Every culture, every religion, every family repeats the same comforting lie, that it is noble to suffer, that pain builds character, that joy makes it all worthwhile. But what they really mean is that suffering is inevitable, and we must learn to love it, or at least to ignore it. From our first steps to our last breath, society whispers the same command: be grateful. Be grateful for the chance to feel pain. Birth is celebrated like a sacred ritual, but death, the mirror of that moment, is hidden away, sanitized, and feared. We celebrate beginnings and silence endings. We cheer for the newborn but avert our eyes from the dying. Pain is pushed behind closed doors, where it cannot disturb the illusion. Joy is public. Suffering is private. The smiles are broadcast. The screams are muffled. David Benatar calls this conditioning what it is: propaganda. The most successful kind, because it starts before we can speak. Evolution, religion, and culture form an alliance to protect a single idea: that life must continue, no matter the cost. Evolution teaches the body to crave survival. Religion tells the soul that endurance will be rewarded, and society shames those who question it, branding them as broken or ungrateful. The result is a population that celebrates its chains and calls them love. But beneath the rituals of celebration lies a quiet knowing that life is not as kind as we pretend. The mother who holds her child already fears the day she might lose them. The lover who swears eternal devotion knows that one of them will bury the other. Every joy carries the seed of its own ending. To call this cycle beautiful is to refuse to look at it directly, and yet we must. Because only by seeing the cruelty hidden beneath the language of love can we understand what Benatar means when he says that creating life is not an act of kindness, but an act of cruelty disguised as hope.